You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
Okay, so I have someone very, very important to me in this podcast studio, and I didn't tell you this when you walked in, but first of all, I have been watching your TikToks religiously, and then to see your rise, to see you on a carpet with Timmy asking him a question. I go, there's Drew! Drew Afualo's on the fucking podcast.
I know her.
I'm so excited. I literally, that's me. I'm like, oh my God, I know her. Me to my mom. I'm like, you don't know Drew like I do. I go, Drew, come on. You don't know Drew like I do.
Don't talk about her like you know her like I do.
No, you do not. I know Drew and I know her disdain for British food. I go, I know Drew, my love. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's
I was
an
just
honor.
saying that you, well, this is I always say that if people don't watch this podcast and they're only listening, they're not well in the head. It's like I stutter. Sometimes I'm acting out things kind of just only with my body and not talking into a mic. So anyways, for those of you not watching, you're sick mentally. But for those of you not watching, Drew looks so hot. You look so, and I just asked you if your hair was real, which I think is a faux pas. You're not supposed to do.
It isn't all real, but most of it is.
So gorgeous.
Gosh, thank you so much.
It is gorgeous.
I'll tell anyone who asks me. I get that question a lot. I'm always like, well, a lot of my hair's fake. It's okay.
Totally.
We can say it. It's fine.
I think that's totally fine.
I'm wigged.
You're sorry.
What is it? Oh, it's a crime to be wigged.
Sorry.
All of a sudden.
Okay, wait. What brings you to LA? Where do you live?
I live right outside of LA, but not too far.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I go, why are you here?
So what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I was just in town and I was like, is my girl Owen open?
Wait, no,
Does she want to hang?
Begged you. Okay, Drew. So let's just dive in.
Yes, let's.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Southern California. So I was born in Santa Ana, like Orange County.
Okay, cool.
And then I moved up to the Inland Empire, like Corona. I moved there when I was in like 5th grade. And then I did all of like my other schooling there. So like high school, all of that.
Was high school fun for you?
I had fun in high school, yeah.
So did I. I'm sorry. When anyone's like, I'm sorry. Everyone's like, high school sucked. Like, and I'm like, really?
I had fun in high school, but I had my real key in college. Like college, whenever people are like, oh, if you would go back in time to school, I would never go back to high school, even though I had a really wonderful experience.
Totally.
I would go back to college. College is fun.
What were you doing in college?
I was being a whore. I was learning all of the things.
In that order. In that order.
What more does a girl need?
No, totally. By the way, I went to college for 1 week.
Oh, you did?
Literally, I dropped out after 1 week. And let me tell you something. I was a whore and I was learning in that
there
order.
You go, Key.
In that order. No, so wait, so question. So
I love that.
Who were you whoring with?
Anyone that would have me. I'm just kidding. No, it was obviously men, but I was like a big athlete girl. I always have been. I'm a jersey chaser. Like I dated almost exclusively athletes.
Oh my God, that's so hot.
But I'm also a big girl too, so maybe that's part of the draw. But like,
that's so hot.
I need a man who's like big. I like a big dude.
That's what I thought, and then I started dating a man who's 5'6".
Look at
on
you.
a good day.
But I'm feeling generous.
But yeah. No, so wait, so you only dated athletes? Do you still only date athletes? Are you in a relationship?
I'm engaged now, baby. Hell yeah. I've been retired from the streets.
Oh, your man is so hot with the long hair.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know this. Okay, Owen.
Oh yeah, I've been retired from the streets for a while. Hung my jersey in the rafters. I'm good. I'm out. Went out on top, I'd say.
You went out on top. He's hot. He's hot. Is he going to see this and be like, that's so awkward?
No, he's used to it.
He's used to it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a talk that you were like, I'm going to speak about you publicly? And it's...
Yeah, we did right before, like right when the video I posted that like went super, super, super viral.
Which one was that?
It was like very specific red flags in men.
Of course.
But it was like a prompt. It wasn't even me making fun of any one specific man. Like this girl was like, what are some niche red flags you guys have? And so I did like a whole list on my notes app and just put it behind me. And I just went to town. I just said like this. Like I just went down a whole list. And that was my first video to go super viral.
How viral is viral?
Like for me at the time, it was over 1 million views, which like I only had like 100,000 at the time. So I was like, if that. Actually, no, I had way less than that at the time. So like,
how many do you have now?
8 million on TikTok.
Hey, Drew, you can leave now. Why are you here, Drew?
That's what got me here on Owen's podcast.
Oh, shut up. That's why we asked you to come on my podcast, my love. Let me tell you something. I am a user I will use your fucking audience, my love. No, that's fucking amazing. I was one of the first. I'm just gonna be totally honest.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear it. I'm honored.
Yeah. When
I did post that video, I got a whole bunch of, obviously a lot of people thought it was funny, but then a lot of men got really pissed off at me. Obviously, they were writing a bunch of mean shit. Well, like mean to them. And so then I thought to myself, well, like, oh, we're going to play ball. Let's play ball. Totally. So then I started being mean back. And that's really what kicked off my shit. But like,
and you were like replying to comments and stuff.
And in the comments, I was getting a lot of accusations of being single, which at the time I was with my man, I think for like 3 or 4 years at that time. I made one video because someone said, oh, this is what happens when fat bitches are single. They say shit like this. And then I just put a bunch of pictures of my man because he's also a certified personal trainer and like in good shape. So I put all that in a video too. But before I did that, I asked him like, how comfortable are you with being this? Yeah.
And what did he say?
Platformed. He was like, I don't care. And I was like,
that's
okay.
so nice.
Hey.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
So now you just talk about him nonstop.
Oh yeah. Whoever will listen.
Totally.
But I also feel very like, if you know, you know, but I shouldn't have to, like, I shouldn't be wifed in your eyes for you to like respect women. Like, it's like, unfortunately, he gives me more legitimacy to people like that, which is fucking annoying.
I'm sorry, that's disgusting.
It's annoying. Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
That's respecting you because you have a husband?
Yeah,
what is
like,
that?
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. That's
like, Mark's safe on Facebook.
That's crazy, Drew.
I know, it's annoying. But it is what it is, you know?
I love your hatred towards men.
Period.
No, I'm obsessed with it.
Thank you.
Would you spare me in the male apocalypse?
Of course I would.
Would you spare a gay man?
Gay man, yes. I am a gay man.
Totally.
Technically.
Totally. And that's why I love you. That's why we're sitting here.
In all the ways but physical. Totally. I would say for men, I'm always like very specific about what kinds of men. Like it's just bigots in general, right? You can't even really. Totally. Men are my main villain, obviously, that I fight because there's like more often than not, they're more terrible than other people, but like.
Right. Odds are they're the worst.
Yeah. Like we're looking at a real 90-10 fucking ratio with them. But
the 10% of women that are the worst. Oh my God.
It's such a bummer too.
It's such a bummer. It's like the gay men for Trump. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah. It's like,
what's going on?
Oh God. For real.
I went to a Pilates class this morning, humble brag.
And how was it?
Absolutely horrible. I was telling Amelia earlier, I'm actually of the camp where I sometimes think gay men can be worse than a straight man. This man who was teaching the class was the worst person. I think I would love to send him to Antarctica and kind of be like, wait, do well here. Like with kind of just
was
a tank top.
any of this because of the difficulty of the class, or was it just his vibe?
All because of that. He really killed me in this class, and he told me that at one point I looked like a pirate. Because I was arguing. It was horrible. It was horrible. So anyways, you can spare me, but I don't want to spare him.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll default to you.
Thank you so much.
You can let me know.
Thank you. Okay, wait. So let's go back. So you loved high school. You grew up here.
In Southern California.
Yeah. And then how did you start online? Like you just started posting? Like what drew you to it?
After college, I worked a few different jobs, but then I got a job at the NFL. And so I worked for the NFL for like a year or like just under a year.
It's so hot. Everyone's hot.
Right.
You're like, yeah, I worked in the locker room at the NFL.
Right. I literally worked, I did social media. Like that was like one of the things I did for
that's
them.
Amazing.
Isn't that so weird? What's ironic too is like my job while I was there was to market towards women. Like they wanted me to build a audience of women specifically, and never listened to me. And then I ended up getting fired.
Did you?
Oh yeah, bitch. Oh, they said leave and don't come back.
I
said, oh,
wait,
right.
What? You go, that's right.
Right. Okay, so don't come back. Got it. That's like, no, they fired me.
And wait, what was their reason for firing you?
I say this a lot, and it's just because it makes me laugh, but it is like dead ass one of the reasons they told me. Well, first they said they were laying me off, but they were firing me. And then
I'm obsessed. They're in layoffs and it's only you.
I'm like, well, why does no one else have to leave? But it was because they said I couldn't grow a following. Turns out I can.
Oh my God.
And isn't that so ironic? Like I truly, it honestly feeds my understanding of the world where I think to myself, like, nothing ever happens to me by accident. It all happens to me on purpose and for a reason. And so my job was to market towards women. And I tried my hardest. I couldn't reach my fullest potential there, clearly. They told me I was bad at my job, fired me. And then like 2 weeks later, COVID hit. And then I was feeling, because I'm a Virgo. So
you have Virgo energy.
Girl, I'm a plans for plans type bitch. Like
yeah.
I knew I was going to work at the NFL when I was like 16 because I just was manifesting it in my head. I was like, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. And so.
Do you like mood board?
I do mood boards. I have done them in the wild, like vision boards.
Yeah,
Love a vision board.
Did you pray to that full moon last night?
I didn't, but I heard about
either,
people.
and I'm so upset.
I know, I'm so bummed. I hate when I miss a full moon.
Oh
I do harness my full energy during the full moon.
I actually think if I had prayed last night,
Pilates wouldn't have gone so poorly this morning.
I truly believe that. I truly believe that the teacher would have been so into me.
It would have been completely different.
We would have
experience.
been fucking on the Reformer.
I would have had to reschedule the pod because I would have had a date.
Totally. I would have been married, love, wifed up. Okay, wait, keep going. So
so I got fired.
Jesus.
COVID hit. And then because that had never happened to me before, like nothing like that had ever happened to me before. And so I felt very lost. And my fiance was like, why don't you try posting on TikTok or something? Because TikTok was rising already.
It was Charlie D'Amelio days.
Yes. Totally. And like early Brittany Broski days, like Chris Olsen, like it was early those days. And so at the time I thought I was too old for TikTok because I was like, I'm 100 compared to these children on here.
Well, yeah, compared to Addison Rae, who shouldn't have been on there. She was 16.
Yeah, she's freshly like 22.
She like literally had to make a TikTok with her mom because they were like, "You're not allowed to be on here. You're 10."
For real.
It's like minor.
No,
she's
for
a minor,
real.
unaccompanied minor.
I'm literally the grandpa from like Willy, like the Chocolate Factory shit. Like,
wait, off
that's
the
how
record,
TikTokers,
how old are you?
It doesn't have to be off the record. I'm going to be 30 this year, so I'm 29. Right now.
I'm sorry, you're so annoying. You're like, I'm ancient. I'm the grandpa. It's
and I mean in TikTok years.
No, yeah, in TikTok.
Because
TikTok years, you're past away.
I'm 100. I'm over the hill, girl.
Totally, my love.
Like TikTok years work like dog years. Like it's like every one is 7.
But can I be honest? I think we've gotten past that. But in early days, totally, it was.
So I felt too old at the time.
Totally.
But back in the day when I was in college, and even like right out of college when I started dating my man, and then I was like working regular jobs and just being a normal person, I would post like rants of myself like on Snapchat before it got weird. It's obviously for children now. I never use Snapchat anymore, but at the time,
oh my god, is it weird now?
It is weird. People are weird on there, or they're 11.
Oh my god.
Either way, don't ask me first. I don't know. I'm not on that app anymore.
I always Snapchat. I'm realizing something. I use Snapchat, but solely for my cousin, and now I'm realizing, but we just not in a weird way.
No, just in a communication way.
Just like
that's
to
how you stay
actually
connected.
Communicate with him.
No, you know what's funny?
16.
Wait, how old are you? No, but anyone who's around our age that still uses Snapchat, it's for that reason alone.
Totally.
It's like my uncle and my weird cousin are the only ones, they only talk to me through there.
Totally.
It's always like something like that.
Totally.
So I would post them on there. I would post them on Instagram because I think stories had just became a thing. So I would post rants of me complaining about shit. And it was just to make my friends laugh. And so my man actually encouraged me to join TikTok because he was thinking it would be like a creative outlet for me.
Yeah.
And just something to distract me.
He was like, stop on Snapchat. He was like, no, he's like, 10-year-olds are seeing this. It's weird.
He's like, we're over the hill on this app. We gotta move to another one. So he encouraged me to actually start posting on TikTok. So at first when I was on there, it was very like, I was just a voyeur. I was just watching everything.
Totally.
And then after a while, I started posting myself talking about things, and it was just me talking about stories and blah, blah, blah at the beginning. And then I did one video about my man that did pretty well. That was my first one to like do numbers. And then my most viral one at the time was the red flags one. And then it was just kind of a snowball from there.
That's insane.
Now look at us.
And now look at you.
Now look at us,
my love.
Look at us getting in bed together.
Well, we're in bed. TikTok is a really scary place for me.
It is.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
And if it were gone, which it was for one day, it was the worst day of my life. It was a really scary day because
agree.
it's so addictive.
Right.
But it's also a really scary place. People
be.
feel really just free to say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
In a way that I'm like, whoa, like
it's
that kind
shocking.
of didn't happen on Facebook when I was on Facebook.
No, for real, I agree. And that was honestly what was so shocking to me at first when I was on there and I started making videos like about men. I truly, and I've said this so many times, I was shocked that so many men were so comfortable saying the shit they were with like their full face, their government name, like their fucking kids on their profile. Like it was shocking to me. I
their
could not,
social security.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know people are like this in the world. It's just the fact that you're broadcasting it for the internet.
I completely agree.
I find that so strange.
Yeah, there's something very weird about it. It's like Instagram. It's like a private account that comments and it's like, oh God, I hate you. And you're actually so ugly behind that. You know what I mean? Like, I know.
Exactly.
Or you're ultimately like my mom's friend who is like, take this down, honey. It's weird. You know? Like, stop being naked. But other than that, like TikTok, people are just like free.
Yeah, it is. And it could go any, like your videos could end up on any side of it. Which is like, it's like the limits are a blessing and a curse. Like there being no limits at all is like a blessing and a curse.
I'm noticing that a lot of my videos on this podcast are going semi-viral and I'm so happy, but I just would also like to say that they're ending up on military bases somehow. All of these comments are like, what, like me working out with my military friends seeing this? I'm like, lol. I'm like,
don't watch me.
I'm like, wait, why is it ending up on a military base? Isn't that insane?
Yeah, no, that's insane.
But that's what can happen.
That would give me the heebie-jeebies
no, of
too.
Course. 100%. Right. 100%.
That's why I really I was like so shocked when I first started making videos because I couldn't believe that people were so openly terrible like that. And we're older. So like we grew up with the internet as it developed into social media. Like people act like we were using rotary phones, but you and I weren't. Right.
I can't. I actually can't. I have my like old BlackBerry over there somewhere. Like my love, it's a BlackBerry. It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
They're like, my cousin 16 came in here the other day and picked up this BlackBerry and was like, what is this? I was like, you're disgusting.
They wouldn't last a day in the asylum we were raised in.
100%.
They wouldn't last a day.
100%. And these bitches walk around singing that lyric, right? Singing that lyric, being like, you wouldn't last it. It's like, no, you wouldn't last a day.
You don't understand the battles that we fought.
Totally.
So it is shocking. It was shocking to see, especially on TikTok. And it's like, because it is easier to go viral on TikTok than it is any other app, it like emboldens people to go viral by any means necessary, which is what poisons the well, in my opinion. It's like, the gift of virality was a curse like put on this earth.
Completely. I am feeding into that because there are some hot men and I am liking those photos and those videos and I'm fucking, and then I'm like, I go to follow them and I'm like, they absolutely would kill me if they could. You know what I mean? I'm like, they are holding a gun in this one and they're aiming at me. Like, that, like, do you know what I'm saying?
This is an op. You go to their video. Oh, that's an op.
And I've just like followed him in like every video. Sent it to everyone. It's now viral. I'm like, okay.
You're like, I contributed a little bit. That's on me. My
you
bad.
Can make the wrong people famous on TikTok.
Right. Absolutely. It happens all the time. That's why I think it's just opened the floodgates a little bit more, which is stressful for a lot of reasons.
It's very stressful. It's very okay. Wait, going back to you being a Virgo, I'm a Scorpio.
I love Scorpios.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Scorpios get a bad rap. I once like trended on Twitter back in the day when I loved Twitter. I hate it now and I deleted it a while ago. But like when I used to go crazy on Twitter, I was like, I think Scorpios, Geminis, Aries get a lot of the bullshit that Capricorns should be getting. And I'm peeping at Capricorn and I have you bitches on lock. You think you can fool me? You can't. I peeped you. I said Geminis, Scorpios, and Aries get a lot of shit that should be given to Capricorns. And I've said that for years.
So you know what? I hate Capricorns.
And that's my fucking sister. See what I mean? I told you. And I've said my thing with Capricorns, I started a whole hate train against Capricorns.
I'm obsessed. Let's start a Reddit thread.
I started a whole hate train against them just to be funny because it's fun. But I was telling him my thing with Capricorns is like Capricorns are very enigmatic. Like they can make anybody really like get along with them and vibe. And then when they decide they don't want to be around you anymore, they're kind of like, bitch, they act like you're dead. And I think that's a Batman villain ideology and I don't support it.
I completely agree. They vanish.
They do. They literally act like they've never heard you, seen you. They have no idea. It's gross.
Fantastic Four. It's Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four. It's boom. Goodbye. It's invisible. I go,
like, who
what?
Are you?
It's crazy.
And they lose attention fast. And then when you don't give them attention, they make sure to get it in some regard because they need it. And then as soon as you give a little too much, they're like, you're obsessed with me. Get away from me.
It is addictive.
I peeped your game, Capricorns. I know. I peeped your fucking game. I really have. I figured it out. And I was like, and I'm sick of you giving shit to Scorpios. Like Scorpios and Geminis especially get them a lot.
So my boyfriend's a Gemini.
Love.
But okay, let me tell you something. It's really
Scorpio
dark.
Gemini, interesting.
No, dark. Our house is dark. Trust me, after 6 p.m., don't come in.
Right.
I don't know what's happening in
Demon
here.
hours.
No, literally. No. So my boyfriend is a triple Gemini. Which
Damn.
I actually think cancels everything out.
I agree.
I'm not
It's
kidding.
self-awareness at
he
that
is
point.
the nicest, most self-aware, normal, grounded
Right.
human being. If he was one less, oh my God, knives would be thrown. I go kitchen knives. Guess what? We're going to throw those
What's
out.
your big three? Scorpio sun.
I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Libra rising.
Okay, love Libras. My man's a Libra.
I love Libras too. I think Libras are really manipulative,
They can be, yeah. And I think it's because they blend in with everyone. Like they
Totally.
can get along with anybody.
which tracks for me. I
Right.
can get along
Yeah,
with everyone
that's
and I'm
true.
super manipulative.
It's like a power used for good or evil,
Totally.
you know?
I
Right.
hope I'm using it for good.
I would say.
But, well, just give me another year less. And then I'm a
Your moon.
my moon. Fuck, I don't know my moon. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius moon.
Oh, love.
But I
Okay, fire.
but that scares me a little. When I was doing my chart, I did it with this woman who. Okay, so I go to this birthday party. This was last month. I went to this
Yeah.
birthday party and everyone was doing their chart.
Love.
And everyone sat there and she was, to my friend Rachel, she was like, so you're this, you're this, you're this. And she was like, you're going to go so far. And she goes to my friend Jordan, she's like, you're this, you're this, you're this. And she was like, wow, this is you have an unbelievable trajectory. This is huge. Your career is going to blossom. She looks at me, she goes, you're this, you're this, you're this, and she looks at me and she goes, it's going to be okay.
She said, how are you?
Yeah, no, literally. She goes, oh, I can't believe you're alive. Like, it's
She
that
goes,
vibe.
I would pray to the moon if I were you.
Then I miss it. No. So I think that Sagittarius, and it was all good until I
Right.
got to Sagittarius moon.
Interesting.
And she was like, she goes, you are so emotional.
Right.
Which is true. And you're really sensitive. And I'm sensitive to a fault.
Right.
And it doesn't help that we talked about this earlier off
Yeah.
the podcast, but I don't sleep. I sleep like an hour a night.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help my case.
Oh no,
Do you know
I'm
what
sure.
I mean?
Yeah, you're quick to react because you're sleepy.
Oh my God, you should see my texts. Someone's like, hi. I'm like, why do you hate me? And just honestly block me. Actually, you know what? It's easier if I block you.
That honestly fits with you being a Scorpio too,
100%.
though. Yeah, Scorpios are very like, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's why
Totally,
I'm like,
totally.
Scorpio women, especially too, are like that. And I always get along with Scorpios.
I
We
love
vibe
it.
so well.
Yeah. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Do you guys
You're-
think this is chemistry? Come on, wake up.
Alexa, play Bed Chem by Sabrina Carpenter.
By the way, I'm not kidding. Alexa would. I don't even have an Alexa in here. Sabrina up there would be like playing. She pops out in her she pops out in her towel.
For real.
Who's your pop girl right now?
Probably Chapel.
I love Chapel.
I'd say Miss Chapel.
I love
right?
Chapel.
And I love Sabrina Carpenter too, though. I love her. Miss Billie Eilish, obviously.
So we're pop. What are you listening to? Are you
girls.
listening to the pop girls? Or are you like, are you a rap
Yes.
queen?
I love it all, honestly.
Oh,
I
God.
think the only genres I don't particularly gravitate towards are like country, which Chapel might change that for
Totally.
me, and like EDM. I don't
I
really
can't with
listen to
EDM.
that. Yeah.
Can I be honest? Men who listen to EDM, that is disgusting.
Run.
No, I'm
That's how I
serious.
feel.
Run.
Yeah, I agree.
When I went to Coachella and I went to the Sahara tent,
Oh,
First of all,
girl.
everyone
You're
was-
braver than me. I've never braved that tent.
they're all very hot. I'll say that. That's a generalization, but it's
Right.
actually not. Men who listen to EDM are all very hot, and they're all serial killers.
Right. Well, you
It's-
have to be to listen to bebop robot
I'm
sounds.
100%.
And that's it? Like, that's all you listen to, is it?
At 9 a.m., you're listening to boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I can't get into that. I think I got a little too much melanin in me. That's why.
Totally.
It's not hitting the ear quite right.
No, I go,
know
you
what I mean?
guys, this is white music.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's not my
Sorry.
culture.
And by the way, I actually fuck with country. I'm like totally.
Me too. I just haven't really grown up listening to
Totally.
it. So that's why I'm kind of like, whatever's about country.
Totally.
But EDM's probably the only genre that I'm like, I'm good.
No, that is a disaster.
I'm good.
No, totally.
I went to one, like, I guess it was a rave. I don't really know. But like my friend from college, who's white, she asked me to go. She was like, please come with me. Like, my friend can't come anymore. And I was like, all right. And the name of the act was, I'm not kidding, Knife Party. And I was like, I'm scared, but okay. And so we go, doesn't start till like 9:30. We watched probably like 2 or 3 like EDM DJs in a row. Like so many of them. They had like 20, 30-minute sets. we've been there for at least 3 hours. And then after the last one, and it was like this big flourish. There was like confetti, all that. And I was like, wow, all right, that wasn't too bad. Cause she knew I didn't like EDM. And so I was like, that's not too bad. All right. And she goes, that was a knife party. And I go, who the fuck have I been watching for 3 hours then?
No.
How many opening acts are in this?
No. And all the men there, you know them.
Yes,
They're
there
like,
were so many.
"Woo!"
Yeah, and there was like 2 more.
No.
And then Knife Party came out. And at that point, I was sitting outside.
I'm actually dead.
Because I'm 100 years old and I got a headache from all the, like,
actually dead.
all the like,
No.
It gave me a migraine, so I had to go
course.
sit outside. I went.
Did you see Knife Party at all?
I saw the very end of them. I came back in and I was like, nice. All right, let's go home. It's 2 a.m. I've been here since 8:30. Let's go.
That's a disaster.
Right, but I am a girl's girl to my core, so I went and supported my girl.
That's really
I support
beautiful.
women's rights and wrongs.
Totally. And can I be honest? That was a big wrong.
Right.
What sign is she?
She's actually a Scorpio, which there you go, Scorpio women.
I love her. I love her. There's something so dark to me about, well, okay. The only time I'll listen to EDM is like when Rihanna joins a song,
Right,
you know, or when
exactly.
Taylor Swift writes the song. You know, I'm like speaking about
Right.
literally one song, I
Right.
guess, which
it's
is
like the one Zed song I know. I'm like, yeah, that's it, right? I'll listen.
totally. It's not that though. I went to a Zed. Zed I thought I loved, right?
Yeah.
By the way, no Zed hate here. No Zed shade. But I went to a Zed concert thinking it's going to be all the hits
Right.
that we know.
Right.
I knew not one song. I go, this is one long beat.
Yeah.
One long beat.
One never ending
One
beat.
long beat that he made on Ableton that day. I go, what is this? And then finally he's like, Zara Larson. And she's like, ah! And then I'm like,
love Zara. I love
Have you
Zara.
interviewed her?
Yes. She's been on the show.
I knew that.
That's my fucking queen. You know what's funny is I ran into her last time I ran into her was at a Meghan Trainor concert.
Wait, I'm dead. I'm
I saw her at
actually
a Meghan
dead.
Trainor concert.
I'm
and
actually dead.
We just went to go support our friend Megan, obviously, but
I love Megan.
I love Megan too.
I met Megan. I interviewed her for this jingle ball, and she walked in and she was like, I know you. And then she sat down next to me. She's like, actually, I don't, but I like you. She got closer to me. She goes, no, I do not.
Yeah. She's like, that's on me. I take that.
Literally.
I love her.
She's the best.
She is one of the nicest celebrities. I say that all the time that I've ever met. Like to this day. And I've
She's
met
also
many now.
so talented.
Girl, she can a vocalist.
No, she's
a
a
fucking
vocalist.
engineer. She's an audio engineer.
Zara
to her
Larson,
core.
too.
I know.
The voice on Zara Larson?
Zara pisses me off because she can also dance too.
Totally.
And she's stunning and gorgeous, hilarious, chronically online, and also can sing. Like, fuck you.
No, it's so fucking annoying.
She's
It's
so annoying.
And she makes every Zed song listenable.
Everyone say thank you, Zara Larson.
No, literally say thank you to Zara fucking Larson. Oh my God. Okay, wait. I'm going back to your life because I'm just so interested in you.
Please, yeah.
Are you getting married?
Yes, I am.
What are you doing for your wedding?
Well, hopefully
Look at
getting
your
married.
ring. She
Right.
goes like this with her ring. I look at it. I go,
yeah.
hey, that goes missing in your dream studio. She's like, I'm lost a ring. I go, I don't know what you're talking
You're
about.
like, that's so strange.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye
yeah.
out.
Oh, love sucks. Wait, go leave.
Yeah, I'm
that's
getting
stunning.
married next year.
Great.
And that's really all I've shared because I'm like, whenever I do, you'll probably just find out when I get married, like to people online because they've asked me like, are you going to document the process and stuff?
Yeah,
and
are
I was
you?
like,
No.
no.
It's
It's
for
just
you.
not my content. Yeah.
It's for you.
Yeah, that's something I'm like, I'm going to keep that for myself. Like when we got engaged too, I got a lot of questions like, oh, do you guys have a video? And I was like, no, we literally don't like at all. But also like, even if I did, I wouldn't share it because that's for me. So like, that's for us. But like,
100%.
yeah. So everything about surrounding my wedding is kind of just like a big question mark.
I
And then
love that.
when it happens, you'll know. Like I'll
That's
post
great.
it.
Did you know you were going to get engaged? Did you have a feeling?
No, honestly, I will say because I got engaged last September and I felt like at the beginning of the year, it felt like the year. Like I was like, this might be
Totally.
the year. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it feels like the year because last year was 7. This year will be 8 years that we've been together. And there was just something about it. I felt like the timing all lined up really well.
Totally.
And like, I didn't want to get married for a while, not like at all, but I just wasn't ready to get engaged.
Of course.
Or get married.
We
Obviously.
were young.
Right. Hello. That's why, well, the way that some people are like, oh, 7 years, no ring. And I was like, okay, it's been 7 years and you're still not HVAC certified. So why don't you fucking worry about that? And then second of all, the thing is too, I feel like the commitment is even more profound if we're not engaged or married. Like clearly
agree.
this man
loves me,
wants to be with me, girl.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? He has no obligation legally
To
right
be
now
here.
to stay here.
Of course.
Yeah, of course he doesn't. And then I had a feeling it was going to be that year. I just didn't know when. And then when it did happen, I truly was so shocked. Like, I genuinely did not register at all what the fuck was happening. And I was like, what do you, like, I remember, like, I'm honestly kind of, this is another reason I'm kind of glad there's no video, because the first 40 minutes of it is me just going, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is happening now? What are you talking about? It's annoying. Like,
Well,
it's fucking
also,
annoying.
he's probably like, yes, I'm asking you a question. Why?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? You're doing it now? What the fuck? Are you serious?
That's
Like,
so
that's
sweet.
all it was for 45 minutes. Then I was like, obviously, yes, obviously. And then it's just me crying for another hour straight. So like, it's not
Can I
even
be honest?
interesting.
That's a video we want to see. I go definitely post that.
Right? I know, and it was a complete shock to me. I because we were celebrating our anniversary, but this makes me sound like a asshole. Like, this makes me sound like such a braggart, and I don't give a fuck. My man is so wonderful when it comes to birthdays, like, what is it?
Celebrations,
Anniversaries,
yeah, anything.
like anything involving us as a couple, that none of that was out of the ordinary. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So he really fucking got my ass, because I was like, first of all, I planned the whole weekend because it was like, I was on tour when our anniversary passed. And so we finished tour right after my anniversary passed. So I planned a whole weekend to like make up for missing because he was on tour with me. And so then I was like, okay, well, I planned the whole weekend, so obviously it's not going to happen now. Like that, I thought that in my head. I was like, I planned the whole thing. There's nothing going on.
Really smart.
No, for real. When I walked in the room, there was like a whole bunch of like rose petals and everything. And there was like balloons covering the whole ceiling. There was like 2 huge things of roses. And I, for real, was like, that's so sweet. Like, oh, happy anniversary. Like, when I was walking in, I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. When I'm looking at it, because he just does shit like that.
It's also you it's just, I imagine it, you in the back of your head, you're like, the hotel did this for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really thought, I was like, oh, he must have called down and had them do it.
Totally.
And I was like walking around looking. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then I turned around and he was on one knee. And that's why I had a nervous
I have
breakdown.
chills. I have actual chills.
Then I had a nervous breakdown.
Okay, I need to see the video now. I'm watching off camera.
For real.
Whoa, I love that.
Yeah, it was
That's
really sweet.
So sweet. I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years.
Oh, love.
So I was 18.
T, look at you.
Look at me like not being gay somehow. Do you know what I mean? Look at me being gay, but not at all buying into the gay agenda. No. So I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years. So I think this year is going to be my year. Because it will be our 10th year this year.
You're so me.
And so our
lives
feel
are
it.
so similar.
I literally feel, I'm like, but so I did something really bad.
What?
Have you ever gone through your boyfriend's phone?
Yeah, I have, but not in like a Snoopy way. I just kind of was like, can I see something? And then I was just looking. And he doesn't care.
Totally. So,
yeah.
Well, not totally, because I went through as just in a Snoopy way. But I didn't do it because I think he's cheating.
No,
I'm
it's
doing the
healthy
opposite.
snooping.
I'm
Healthy
doing the
snooping.
opposite. I'm like, he's obsessed with me. He's going to marry me. I need
Right.
to see the ring.
Right.
So I looked up ring. By the way, there's a Cardi B song called Ring. So that's all
Right.
that came up when you looked up Ring and my boyfriend's phone. So I'm like, okay, he's a Cardi fan. Didn't know that. Had that downloaded on Spotify.
Right.
And then when I was looking through his email, I saw a ring.
Why are you doing that?
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
The ring is so ugly. No, Drew, I'm serious. He's a stylist to Sabrina Carpenter, Emma Jim. He is so fashionable. He makes people's careers.
So this actually feels like a personal attack at this
No,
point.
I go, oh, you're sabotaging me.
You hate me.
I go, I understand. You don't want me to use you as my stylist. He presents me the ring and he goes, by the way, I don't have time for you to style you. He goes, for your press tour, I don't have time for you.
so you like Sabrina Carpenter more than me?
100.
Nice.
He definitely does. I was praying. I was looking through the email, praying maybe it was for an ugly ring for a video. I go, maybe it's for the bedcam video. I was like, I'm praying.
This has to be for Barry Keoghan. This can't be for me. This can't be for me.
I go, I was freaking out. So now I'm in this place, and now obviously he watches every podcast very sweetly.
Right.
And he loves you.
Oh,
so
love.
he'll watch this.
I love
I'm in
that.
the place where I'm kind of like, what the hell do I do?
If
What would
I
you
were
say?
you-
Yeah. What would your advice be for me?
If I were you, I would tell like my loved ones, like whether it's like siblings, parents, friends that you guys, obviously he knows them all. And I would tell them like to start snooping around and being like, oh my God, are you guys like, have you thought about it? And then he's like, if he says, yeah, I have, I actually picked out a ring. I think it's going to be this year. They'd be like, oh my God, let me see. And then they'll show it and they'll be like, I don't know. Like, do you have any other option? Like I would have them do it. Honestly, that's what I would do.
But see, can I tell you the hardest part about this?
Please.
That's what normal people would do. That's what I should do. The problem is he's a stylist. So
he's not going to take them seriously.
So if they go, you know, I don't love that. He's going to look at them and say, what the hell are you wearing?
Right. He's going to be like, oh, well,
you're in a muumuu.
He locks his thing. He's like, well, if we're going to read, let's read. You know what then I would pivot, and what I would do is I would have them bring up that you've brought up getting engaged.
Totally.
And say like, oh my God, Owen's was actually showing me rings he liked. Do you want to see them?
Oh, that's smart. And then it's a totally different ring.
Right. And then you'll show him and he'll be like, oh, and he'll be like, yeah, he loved these. He loved these.
Oh, that's what I should do.
Pivot.
Okay, that's good. You guys, if you had seen this, I was like, it
guys
looks like the grandpa from Up would wear it. I'm like, it's so sweet.
Is it giving Kiss the ring? It's like gaudy, like
it's gaudy and ugly and hideous and just disgusting, and I would never wear it. And I want Hailey Bieber's ring. I want a huge rock set and a gorgeous little, kind of like that. He's trying to make it masculine, and guess what? It's not gonna fly with me.
Right.
I want a feminine ring.
I love that though.
Sorry.
That's why
I want to be a wife.
What I would, right. You're trying to get wife.
I'm trying to get wife.
You're trying to be barefoot
I'm literally
and pregnant
the opposite
in the kitchen.
of what you are. You're like, hey, I'm not just a wife. I go, hey, I am.
I am. Actually, I don't know about her, but I am. You know what's funny about the questions I get about my ring are like, because I'm being so dead serious when I say this, I had no hand in my ring picking, design, nothing.
You're lying.
I swear on my life, I would put my hand
in your dreams exclusive. Come on. Just tell us.
Hand to God for real on my life. I had no.
There's no way a male picked out that ring.
Isn't that insane?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you.
No, your sister helped.
No.
Drew, I'm so upset. If my boyfriend, the stylist gay man, picked out the gaudiest, ugliest ring, how did your man buy that? I'm fucking pissed.
And I hate talking about it because it sounds so fucking fake. But
it sounds pick me.
Well, right, exactly. That's my point. Trust me, I know what it looks like. And if I'm
so upset.
Bitch, I'm a Virgo. If I hated the ring or if I had a hand in it, I would tell y'all.
Of course.
Because it also, I like attention. So obviously I would make a lot of jokes out of that if that were the case. But he actually designed the whole thing by himself. The only thing.
It is stunning.
And then
it's perfect.
And that's also another reason how I knew, because this is obviously my engagement ring. But this band down here is a David Yurman ring that he got me for my birthday last year. And he was like, just to be part of your wedding
collection.
Stack. Like a wedding stack. So I'm going to have one more band on top, but I haven't decided what it's going to look like yet.
Oh my God, can I tell you something? I thought this was all one ring.
I know, that's what a lot of people think.
But that's what it should be.
So that's why I had this ring, and that's why I felt like last year was the year. I was like, well, he gave me a band last year, so like, it's got to be this year, right? It has to be. That's what I was thinking. And so 2 weeks before he proposed to me, we were on tour. And I saw a TikTok about a trois mois ring. Have you heard of those?
No, what is that?
So
it's
they're
better
like,
than mine.
You should, honestly, I think you would really love a trois mois.
Okay, what is it?
I'll literally Google the word for you and show you the examples. But Ariana Grande, when she was married, she had a trois mois.
When she was married?
When she was RIP.
Yeah.
But it's like two different diamonds, and they sometimes they'll put one on one band and one on the other. And then
I love
connect.
that.
Yeah.
It's the Emrata ring.
Yes, exactly.
Just say Emrata.
Emrata. I forgot about her, and she's my friend. I forgot.
Are you friends with Emrata?
Yes, I am.
She's the hottest person alive.
I went on her podcast 2-3 years ago.
She's so hot.
She is so hot.
Can I be honest? Any fucking ring she wears. If she wore the gaudy ring, I'd be like, wait, I like that.
Yeah, you're like, well, now that I see it on her.
Yeah, exactly. So no, fucking annoying.
She is so drop dead gorgeous, obviously, but she is so smart. And
truly
an unbelievable
I read her book
too.
She's unbelievable.
She's so smart. And when I I know she had her trois mois separated, so she has two pinky rings now. I think you would love a trois mois.
I need a trois mois.
Yeah.
Trois mois.
And so
two for me.
Exactly. Moi.
Yeah. But does trois mean two?
I have no clue.
No, trois means three.
Yeah, it means three. It's un, deux, trois. Yeah. Look at us.
Look at us.
We're so cultured.
We go, Emrata's so smart. What's trois mean?
No. Well, she's not here to tell us.
Totally.
So obviously.
Call her.
But I saw the trois mois ring and I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful design. And I showed my fiance and I was like, isn't this so pretty? And I wasn't saying this is the exact ring I want. I was just like, that looks really pretty, huh? And he was like, yeah, it does. And I remember he told me the next 2 weeks leading up to him proposing to me, because he had this ring for at least like 6 to 8 months.
No.
And so he was like, the whole time I was thinking, oh my God, she's going to hate the ring I got her. And so after I told him that, he texted the jeweler and was like, is it possible to make it a trois mois? Like she brought it up to me. I think she might like that. And they were like, I mean, we could, but it would take another like 3-4 months. And he was like, it's okay. It's okay. And he was just telling me, he's like, the whole time I was like, well, she hates it. I'll take it back and I'll get it redone. And I was like, and then I thought to myself, I would be an insane person if I saw this ring and I was like, ew. Take it back.
Can you imagine?
I would be an insane person, bitch.
Yeah, you would. I'm looking at that. I go, I'll take that one.
No, I think trois mois is your move.
Trois mois.
Because they sit lower too. And then it's like, it's the kind of vibe you're describing that you want. Are you a gold or silver girl?
I'm gold. What are you?
Me too. Gold.
I would mix though, honestly. You mix?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
No, not really.
It depends.
Are they gold? I can't see.
This one's gold. This one's silver, yeah.
I like a mix.
Me too. That's why it just depends. But like for my ring, I was like, I definitely want it to be gold.
Totally.
Because that's like my main color.
Also, it's classic.
I think so.
It's a classic vibe. Okay, wait. So going back, do you think we would have been friends in high school?
I think so.
I just wanted to ask you that. I don't know. I was a very
I was gonna ask, what was your vibe in high school?
I was weird. I was a theater kid.
I love theater
But
kids.
were you a theater kid at all?
I was not. No. I did do theater, but I like for a year. But
you were chasing the jerseys.
Well, girl, I was an athlete.
What were you?
I was a soccer player. I played soccer all throughout.
Oh God, hot. My best friend in high school was a soccer player, Carly Besser. Love you, Carly. Yeah. I would have fucked her.
I played a sport every season. So I played volleyball, then I played soccer, and then I did track. And I did that all 4 years of high school. So
what?
And I played travel ball too. So I played travel soccer and
Drew,
everything.
This is abusive.
Well, that's why I said like I had a very different high school experience than I think sometimes people think. I can't even tell you how many people I've met in this industry that were like, you were a theater kid, right?
Totally. Well, you're so good at talking.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. And this is fucked up. Maybe this is fucked up with me. Now I have to kind of rejigger my brain, but a track star doesn't seem like a podcaster. Do you know what I mean? A track star doesn't seem like a comedian. I'm like, oh yeah, if you come from theater, like it makes sense.
Right, it makes sense.
This doesn't add up to
I know,
me.
It never adds up. When I tell people that, that's why they're like, really?
People are gonna come for me now.
Brittany honestly didn't even know that about me till like the second year we knew each other. She was like, well, you were a big theater geek, yeah? And I was like, honestly, no, but like I loved theater. I did love it. But I was too busy playing a million sports.
Yeah,
I like to say I have the heart of a theater kid and none of the talent. And by that I mean like singing. I think I can act. I think.
So wait, I saw a video of you saying you wanted to act.
Yes.
You're in your acting era.
Yes, this year.
Tell me all
my goal.
about this.
My goal for that this year is to I really want to move into like TV and film. So I'm really trying to audition. I've done a few, haven't gotten one. But
you've done a few auditions.
Yeah. One callback, didn't get any of them. Not even for the live action Moana. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe that shit? They said, no, pass.
I am actually dead.
You know what's so funny too?
I am dead.
I literally made a TikTok, like being silly, but also kind of being serious, where I was saying, because I saw they had an open call casting for the live Moana. And because there's like 50 someone people, and I follow all of them and I'm related to half of them on the internet, I'm like, I knew about the open call because they were all posting about it. Now, and you may be thinking, how did you know about it? Were you there? No. I was at home watching all of them go. And so I made a TikTok going, hey, did anyone want to call me and like let me know? Or it's cool, no worries. And so then Deadline did like an article on my video and they wrote, Drew Afualo says, I'll play Moana's dad if that's what it takes. In video describing live action one. I was like, hey, why is that the part you clipped?
Hey guys, you call Deadline?
Hey Deadline.
What? Wait, yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so then
But you would have played Moana's dad. You would have done anything.
I absolutely would have. I'm talking all that shit, but I absolutely would have.
Totally.
And then I did actually get an audition for it. But they already cast like everybody, obviously. So they were like, they gave me like 3 background characters. Didn't get one. You may be asking, did you get one? No.
I was going to be like, and you turned those down, right? And you go, no, love, I didn't get it.
They turned me down.
No, I didn't book it.
And all 3 of them were men.
I feel the same way. I watch like one of them days, like, you know, Kiki and SZA.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with, and I'm like, an all black funny cast. Huh.
Interesting.
I go, didn't get a call for that.
God, I wish I had known where you guys were meeting up. I would have came.
hey, you met at the local Starbucks would have showed up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what's going on here?
I was talking to one of my, after I did that, like the read or whatever, a month or two later, I was like talking to one of my friends about it. And I was telling him, oh yeah, I just did a read for the live action Wanna and all that. And my friend goes, oh my God, no way. And they're in the industry too. And I was like, yeah. And then they go, yeah, they just started filming, right? Like a few weeks ago. And I was like, did they? That's, you'll excuse me. I have a couple calls I have to make. I'll be right back.
She goes to your agents. You go, no.
Of course not. Of course not.
I left my phone in Century City. I need to call them to make sure it's
right
still
back.
in justice. Limited to. I feel the same way. Euphoria. I auditioned for Euphoria and I never heard. And so usually my agents call me like 2 days later and they're like, it's not going your way. You know what I mean? And I'm like, totally. They didn't call me. They didn't call me for Euphoria. So I'm like, I booked this. It's crazy. And then all of a sudden I see a deadline, like the cast of Euphoria, all the co-stars, all the guest stars. And I was like scrolling through and I was like, maybe I'm in here. Obviously I was not.
You said, maybe this is how I find out.
I go, this is normal. I call my agents and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, it didn't go your way. I thought that was obvious.
Oh yeah, no, you got a big fat no a couple months ago.
Yeah. They go,
It's like-
we didn't even send in your tape.
You think it's like Cynthia Erivo when she found out?
Totally. I'm like, John Chu is going to call me.
They're like, they're surprising me on the Zoom.
I really thought it was going to be. How good was Wicked? I'm sorry.
Girl.
Sorry. It's the best movie.
And it was my Oscar winner, to be quite honest
Same,
with
I
you.
agree.
I couldn't believe how snubbed it got at the Oscars. I couldn't believe it.
Completely agree.
I couldn't believe it. And honestly, when I went, did you go to the LA premiere?
No, Drew. I didn't go to the LA premiere of Wicked.
Oh, man, I did. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait, did you?
Yeah, I did do some interviews, yeah, on the carpet, which was really fun.
You are so good at those.
Thank you.
You are. I mean, you're a wonderful interviewer, and your podcast is amazing. But you just are so. You talking to Timothée Chalamet, and I think everyone here will agree. You are so dropped in and normal. Like I would have been like, excuse, what's up?
So,
And you were literally like, hey, King. Like, it was so normal.
can I say too, like, he is the, well, first of all, he's so normal. Like
so
when
normal.
when you meet him and you talk to him, he's very normal, which is cool. But also, like, I have never in my life gotten more questions about interviews than when I talk to him. And it was like,
What did they say? What were the questions?
the number one asked question was, have you told Brittany about this? Which I was like, obviously I text her on the way home. I actually called her and told her. And then I said, the next question was, is he taller than you? And if so, how tall would you say you think he is? That was the most asked question I got from
And can I
all
be
of my
honest?
coverage.
What's that? What's the answer
What
to
is
that?
the answer
What's
to that? I would guess he's about 5'10", if I had to guess.
Hot.
But I'm 6 feet tall. And
You are?
Yes, girl. I'm 6 feet. But I had a flat shoe on and he had like a heeled boot. So he looks taller than me. It's like optics. So people were like, this is where I'm kind of like, okay, you guys are dragging me a little bit, but they're like, he has to be enormous. He's making Drew look normal size. He has to be tall.
Actually dead.
There's no way he has to be tall. Oh my God.
Actually dead. And they're like, oh my God, he must be 12 feet tall.
They're like, he's 6'8", obviously, because he's standing next to that big bitch. And I literally was like, okay, fuck 50, what I do. Okay.
No.
And I was like, hey, I was like, and what if I told you I was 5'4"?
Totally.
I'm not. But yeah, no, he was so nice. And
He's
it was
wonderful.
When I asked him the question too, it was funny because I said, like, what's something you wanted to say in your acceptance speech but didn't because you're a professional? When I first asked, and you can kind of see it in the clip, he goes, no. And I was like, you sure? And that part got cut out. And then he goes, no, I mean, I forgot to thank my director. I was like, that's where the PR turned in.
Totally.
Which I get. The chip turned on, which
Totally.
I get. But
I
he was so
love
funny.
when a chip turns on and you watch it. I love that. I
Which I
love that
loved.
in interviews.
But he was so fun and so silly and like he had really good vibes. So that was nice. And
You
he and I
see-
were unintentionally matching, which was cool.
You guys were a hot couple.
We went to prom.
Well, you went to prom ultimately with Timothée Chalamet. Timothy and I, and I might want to cut this depending, but Timothy and I were friends in college.
Oh, cool.
We went to college together and we were friends
Okay.
first year of college. And he was like my only I didn't have any friends. And then recently I saw him and I was like, Timothy, you're my only friend in college. And he was like, really? He was like, only friend? He was like, we had one class together. I'm like, yeah, love. And I dropped out after a week. I was like, that's not that
You
weird.
were my everything.
Yeah, you
And
were
you don't
my
remember?
everything. No, he is wonderful.
And he's
wonderful.
chronically online too.
He is
Like
chronically
he
online.
knows a lot about online culture.
That's why I'm
and
like,
shit.
maybe I would cut that because maybe he'll see that. You know what I mean? I'm like a little scared of that.
Oh, also, I met Rachel Sennett for the first time. I know you guys are friends.
She's my best friend.
Yeah, and I met her for the first time at the Oscars this year, and she is a key. She is so fun.
She's the most amazing person alive.
Yeah, and
She was on a beta blocker.
and I was hosting live with ABC. And I'm on the live and I'm walking and she comes and she goes, oh my fucking God, I love you.
We're obsessed with
and
you.
then I asked her, I was like, do you want to be on my live? And she goes, you're on live now? That's crazy. And she's like looking at it and she goes, I feel like I know you because all my friends know you and they love you. So I love you.
Wait, we're all obsessed with you. We send all of your videos around. We're obsessed
And
with
I was
you.
laughing. I was
Oh
like,
my God,
okay,
she
T.
mentioned me by
Yeah.
saying her friend. That's me.
That's literally me.
That's me.
And she was like, we need to get a fucking drink together. And I go, oh girl, I'm on the clock right now. But I would love to, but I'm on the clock. And then she goes, you're working now? That sucks.
By the way, on live.
Right.
On live.
We're on live, by the way. And then I go, well, period. I said, also, you're working that bob, girl. That looks good.
She looks so
And she was
cute.
like, oh my God, thank you.
She looks
And then she
so
walked off.
fucking cute.
But I loved her. She's
She's
so
the
fun.
most. We all have to get a drink.
I would love to.
I'm sorry, a meeting of the minds.
Don't threaten me with
A
a good time,
meeting
girl.
of the
And
minds.
then we'll invite your best friend, Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, well, yeah. And then I'll text him. His number's the same, right? College first week.
Yeah, right? Of
Course, right? Literally dating Kylie on a yacht. I go, Timothy, this you?
Hey, it's Owen from that first week of college.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, Rachel is the best.
She's
the
so
best.
fun.
How was the Oscars?
Was
it
cool.
scary?
Yeah, the Oscars. Have you ever been to the Oscars?
No, Drew.
I'm asking because you're a successful actor and I'm a dickhead online.
No.
I'm a dickhead online.
Shut the hell
also,
up,
I
Drew.
know all your friends. You have so many famous friends. Don't you lie to me.
By the way, thank you.
Owen is
you.
so popular and well connected. You're
Thank
crazy.
you. So I have famous friends. Thank you. No, I love when I'm like going into a meeting with like a director or something.
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, we just love you for this role. And we also like Rachel Sennett and Molly Gordon. And we tried to reach out, but they didn't answer. Is
And
there
if
any
you
way?
feel like hitting them up, go ahead and let me know.
And I'm like, will I get the role if I do? I don't care. I'm like,
Right.
use me.
Right.
Like, I don't
right.
fucking care.
You're so me. That's why I said you're so
Who
me.
cares? Okay.
But the Oscars
I've never
was
been
fun.
to the Oscars because I've never been invited myself, but also my friends usually are, and I say this with love, it's their first time. A lot of them, it's their
Right.
first time going, so they don't have like a +1 or
Right.
something.
That's
and if
true.
they did, they'd bring me, right, guys?
Obviously, your best
Rachel,
friend Owen. No,
next year.
you're so real for that because I never get a +1 either. I think I got one the first year I ever went, which was like 2 years ago. But that's because I did carpet with the Academy, and so they let me bring one person. But this
That's
time I
scary. You did ABC Live.
yes, I did it backstage during the show. So
Great.
like during commercial breaks and stuff, I went live on ABC and like kind of was showing people what happens backstage at the Oscars, which was really
Did
fun.
anything crazy happen?
Honestly, no. I was hoping something crazy would happen. I was hoping for it because I
Totally.
was like, my job is to like make people pay attention to it. So I was
Yeah.
hoping something crazy would happen. I think the craziest, coolest thing that happened was Rachel Sennett and I keyed.
Totally.
But like that was pretty much it. But I always say the Oscars carpet is like the scariest carpet to walk only because they have like bleachers of people. And
It's like the Met Gala.
yeah, and you walk and you're like shuffling and churning and they're like over here, over here, over here, whatever. But the second you get off, all of it uploaded to Getty immediately. Like, you know how you have to wait like a couple business days and you're like, oh, I hope my Getty comes out nice.
Oh, of course. And then sometimes it never comes out.
Yeah.
And you go, you spelled my last name wrong. It's Thiele, not Thyel. Like, I'm like, what's going on here? I'm that
Yeah.
not on your radar.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Totally.
There are certain photograph websites like that, like the WebStock image ones, where I have two names because they've spelled my last name wrong multiple times.
What do they? How do they spell your last name?
They
wrong?
do, like,
it's
instead
so
of-
easy.
Instead of AFUALO, they've put AFAULO. Like I have multiple pseudonyms. Apparently, I would go by many aliases on
Totally.
Getty. But like, actually, Getty's the only one that doesn't have that. All the other ones do.
Getty.
But that's
you know
why,
her.
as soon as you leave, they upload every single fucking image. Like
That
there
is
could be like
so
50
scary.
of them. All of them go immediately, which is crazy
that
to
is
me.
so scary.
Like, damn, give a bitch a chance.
That's like the Met.
Yeah,
I mean, the
assume.
Met is hilarious. So my boyfriend dressed Emma Chamberlain. Who have you
Love.
met her?
No, I met her at Coachella like 2 years ago in passing.
You need
Briefly.
to sit down with her. You guys
Love.
will love each other.
I would love to.
She is the most wonderful person alive.
I've heard.
She is wonderful.
Yeah.
So Jared styled her for the Met.
Yeah.
And literally she's walking the carpet and Jared's on the carpet while she's walking, watching her walk. And then she walks to her little post to do the Vogue interview. And she goes like this with her phone and she goes to text us in a group chat being like, that was so scary. And immediately I'm sending images of her. And she's like, Owen, this is too fast. She's like, I literally just walked.
Said, let me get up.
I go, there's articles too. I'm like, oh, WWD posted you. They say you look great. Like, you know what I mean? She's like, Owen, I just walked. Literally, it's really scary.
Yeah, it's a little frightening. I've never been to the Met.
Are you gonna go this year?
I hope so. As of right now, no. But
you'll be asked.
In case you guys need me,
you'll be asked.
Go ahead and let me know.
One, you'll be asked to interview, but also you'll be asked. You should just be walking. At this point, and it might be controversial for you, I think you could just go to the Oscars. Like, I love you interviewing, but like you should just walk the carpet and just go to the Oscars. Thank you. Sorry.
I've never been in anything film related.
No, it doesn't matter. And also, Moana 3.
Hey, you know what? I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
No, Drew, you're
Clear
gonna get
a path for Moana 3.
You're gonna get something this year.
I hope so.
I feel it.
Make me a silly best friend. I want to be a silly best friend.
Totally. What's your dream role? Is that your dream role, a silly best friend?
No, I would say a dream role. I have like 2. It would be in something like an Abbott Elementary or something, like a principal person in that, or in something like House of the Dragon. It's like 2 opposite ends. You know what I'm saying? I want one or the other. Go big or go home.
I'm actually dead.
You know what I'm saying?
I am dead at that.
I think I would kill in a fantasy role.
100%. No, it's just hilarious. You're like Pirates of the Caribbean or The Office. It's like, it's hilarious.
No, for real.
Totally. Though I love that.
Yeah, I'm Conclave or the Barbie movie. Either or. I'm cool. I'm open.
I'm dead. Conclave, or I would even voice in Trolls. It's like
just let me know.
So I love you in like Victorian garb.
That's
I love that. That's hot.
Yeah, I was like, you guys cast Jason Momoa. We're built the same.
Totally.
Put me in there.
The hell
I'll run around with my tits out on a long braid.
Hot.
Sure. Why not?
By the way, hot.
Right.
I would love to see that. No, I would love you in Abbott Elementary. Quinta, wake up.
Right.
Quinta, wake up. I don't even know her.
You.
All of my friends know her. Every time I met her, she's been lovely. And now I'm just saying, Quinta, wake up.
Quinta, come on. You know me.
Quinta, wake up.
I gave Quinta a snack at the Globes and she loved that.
Oh, I saw
which
that.
was sweet of her.
She looked gorgeous.
Oh my God.
I loved that interview that you had with her.
Thank you. She was really nice. And honestly, the snacks, like, they work like a charm. I try to get them.
Did you feed Eben vodka?
Yes, I did. Honestly, it's funny because he was walking and the SAG Awards was my favorite carpet I've ever done, I think, because I had like a really big spot. I had like a team. It was really nice. Normally, it's just like me and my one girl. We're just like out there together. But that one was really fun. And also, I feel like the SAG, everyone is so relaxed because it's like award season's almost over. And also, they get to vote for each other. So it's kind of like funsies for them.
Totally.
And so
it's like a joke for them.
Right. And he doesn't really care for press, which I knew. But he did like maybe 1 or 2 and then he was kind of speeding off. And so the girl that was helping me like wrangle talent, she had asked me prior, she was like, is there something I can like say to publicists that will help like draw them to you? And I was like, tell them I have snacks and vodka. Like that pretty much works for me. And she was like, okay. So she went, she's like, do you guys want to talk to InStyle? And she was like, no, he's done. He doesn't want to do any more interviews. And she goes, well, she has snacks and vodka. And then he said, did you say vodka? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, girl in the green dress. Okay, cool. And he walked straight to me. So like when he walked to me, I was like, roll the camera.
Literally.
Nice to meet you, King. How are you?
That's amazing. And then you literally were like, you asked for vodka?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like, I know what you came for.
And Evan was like,
Yeah. And he was like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
He was really sweet.
He's the best.
And he was really tall too.
I love how I'm like, he's the best. I've met him in passing once. and he was the best.
Honestly, me to the rock, I'm like, that's my fucking sister.
Totally.
I've only met him twice. I met him twice and he did remember me the second time. But
you meeting The Rock though is insane.
That's it's a Spider-Man meme. You know what I mean? He and I.
That's your brother.
That's my kin.
If you ask my mom who she would leave my dad for, every time it's The Rock. It's around my life. Every single time. My dad is a short Jewish man. I go, well, this is a disaster. I go,
he's a real mom crush kind of celebrity.
Oh, everyone.
And it's because he's a behemoth. Like he's a huge man, which it is true. It does stand true. But it's funny because when I first met him, I did the Black Adam carpet. He was so cool, so nice. And I remember people commenting on it after I posted about it. And they were like, I know you've always told us that you're tall, but now I believe you because standing next to The Rock, like, you know how The Rock looks standing next to Kevin Hart? Like, that's how he looks standing next to everyone. And next to me, once again, they're like, she has to be huge because she looks so normal size next to him. It's like the opposite of Timothy Chalamet.
I'm dead.
But he was really nice.
How
really
tall is The Rock?
He's probably like 6'4", I would say.
So hot.
He's 6'3", 6'4".
One more question for you,
Please.
but also I have to say something. Dave Bautista. Do you know who this is?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay, so I was in a movie with Dave Bautista. I say in a movie, my love, I had one line that got cut, but I was in the film. I was in this film and Dave Bautista was there and I took a picture with him because I was just a fan.
Yeah.
And my dad texted me saying, is Dave Bautista on Ozempic? Because next to me, I was wearing this big coat. I looked like a linebacker, and then he looked tiny, but he's huge. But it's the same thing where it's like, she must be huge.
Yeah,
it's like, he's on Ozempic.
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm on roids, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, wait. So there's one more question that I have to ask, which
Please.
I ask every time. In your dreams, you do what? Okay, so it doesn't need to be earnest. It can be. It can be, I want to be an actor. Or
Right.
it can be like, I want to go to the moon today.
Right.
So like whatever, in your dreams, you do what? It's hard. I know mine. Mine today, in my dreams, I did a self-tape the other day. And the self-tape, I used a ring light.
Right.
And I wanted to wear my glasses. And in the video, you see the ring light, okay? In my dreams, somehow, I have a studio in my apartment that is gorgeously lit that I can just walk into, sort of like this,
Right.
where I can just walk into, do my self-tape, and then fucking leave. Don't have to set up the ring light, don't have to set up anything. I just want that.
I love
Sorry,
that.
I want it to be easy. Sorry, so in my dreams, I have someone come work for me. Okay, what are you?
In my dreams, I would say, initially I was going to say, in my dreams, I'm never wrong, but I'm a Virgo, so obviously I'm never wrong.
Wait, obsessed.
I would say, in my dreams, I don't have to drive or travel anywhere. I could just think about it and I'll appear there. Do you remember the movie Jumper?
Of course.
With Hayden Christensen.
Of course.
Nobody remembers that movie, but we're old, so that's why we remember. But in that movie, when he like just thinks about the place and then he jumps there.
No. It's like Click. Do you remember Click?
Yes, of course.
Where he gets
I
to like
do.
pause it and just like and go, and then I'm obsessed.
Girl.
No, I am obsessed.
I literally I get a huge boner when I think about not having to ever get in a car or a plane again. I'm like, oh, if I could just will it into existence. And get this, even if I could do that, I would still be late. Oh, it's a bummer.
Because of why? Because you're doing your makeup?
I don't know.
You have gorgeous makeup.
Thank you. I didn't do it myself. That's why I look so nice.
It looks gorgeous.
Thank you. I don't know what it is that makes me late. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I have about 2 hours and then it's 15 minutes past when I'm supposed to leave. And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't even showered.
100%.
I don't know where time goes. I don't.
My
It's something I want to
boyfriend,
change.
the other day, it was 2 p.m. We had to be somewhere at 2:30. My boyfriend said it's 15 minutes to get there. So
Right.
that means, Owen, you leave at 2:15 to get there. So I go, oh my God, that's perfect. So we can leave at like 2:30, 2:45. And he looks at me and goes, and get there at 3? No, we have to get there at 2:30. I go, right. 2:15 rolls around. He looks at me and goes, are you dressed? I say, dressed? We have 45 minutes. I have to shower
So
and
mean.
change.
You're so mean. My man literally was like, I was never late until I started dating you,
100%.
which is true because he would be like 30 minutes early to pick me up. And I was like, you are so in love with me.
No.
You want me so bad. You like can't wait to hang out with me. It's crazy.
Totally. I am late to everything in a way that's, the other day I had an important meeting and I was like, I have to be on time.
Right.
So I get there, I'm on time. I'm literally on time. Let's say it's 1 o'clock. I get there at 12:59. I'm like, yes.
And do you text your team? You're like, guess what? I'm early.
100%.
Me too.
I texted them and I say, I'm on time, bitches. Suddenly I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, where's the restroom?
Yeah.
Have to go to the restroom, have to pee. Ooh, got texting. Oh my God, it's a cute mirror. I'm taking pics. Suddenly I'm like, my team's like, hey, Owen, they're looking for you. It's 1:50. You know what I mean? I'm like, I've been in the bathroom for 20 minutes.
Where did the
What am
time
I
go?
doing here?
It's like my brain has to make me late.
Totally.
Like for it to be normal.
Totally. And then you have to
Whatever.
apologize in a way that's so embarrassing.
I know. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. There was so much
Totally.
traffic. But honestly, this is the only job we could ever have where I've said this for years where I can be late and wear whatever I want.
I
This is
always
the
say this.
only job.
And also
Right.
because my brain doesn't function well, because I'm not the smartest, sharpest tool in the shed. This is the only job I can have anyways. So I'm really glad that I get to wear what I
So it
want
worked
and be
out.
late. Yeah, I'm really glad. Drew, I love that. I wish I could time travel. I would be with you. I think us, the Empire State Building, looking down, just
Look
kind
at
of being like,
us.
Look at you, plebeians.
Plotting our revenge.
Of course. Against who? Men.
Anyone.
Honestly, my Pilates instructor.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, so we put these on. Drew kind of in your dreams mask. Okay, sorry, it's an exclusive. Look into this camera and we say, good night. I love you. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Good night. I love you.
You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.